Lady Margaret Beaufort, Matriarch of England's powerful Tudor Dynasty and mother of Henry VII. Margaret was born at Bledsoe Castle in Bedfordshire. England on May 31st, 1443, and died 66 years later on June 29, 1509, at Westminster Abbey in London. Margaret was the daughter of the wealthy John Beaufort, Duke of Somerset, granddaughter of John of Gaunt, first Duke of Lancaster, and great granddaughter of King Edward of Windsor. Known for her exceptional intelligence, strategic mind, and eloquence, Margaret was described by those around her as a delightful and persuasive conversationalist. Margaret married 4 times, with her first marriage occurring when she was 1 year old. This unusual marriage was to John de la Pole, son of William de la Pole, first Duke of Suffolk. In this video, I venture to state what has never been stated in any textbook, that Margaret's father was assassinated by influential figures of England to seize his vast wealth. King Henry VI's appointment of William de la Pole as the will executor was a strategic move to control Margaret's father's immense wealth. Margaret's marriage to John de la Pole, son of the will executor, despite John and Margaret being 1 year old babies, was part of the scheme to ensure Margaret's father's fortune remained under the control of the deep state. The Duke, a prominent figure, was appointed as the executor of Margaret's father's will, despite her father's clear and specific written instructions to the king, Henry VI, that the inheritance should go to Margaret's mother. The king disregarded these instructions after Margaret's father died. Margaret's father died under very mysterious circumstances during an expedition ordered by the same Henry VI to France when Margaret was only a year old. It is also important to point out that Margaret's mother was pregnant at the time of her husband's death, but the child did not survive under similarly mysterious circumstances. With Margaret's father, the unborn child both dead and her mother left destitute, Margaret became the sole legal heir. One might wonder why they did not eliminate Margaret as well. This backdrop sets the stage for my examination of Margaret's natal chart. Margaret's natal chart features Saturn, the large and tough planet, in the fifth house, which, in my opinion, almost entirely shaped her life. According to the official narrative, she married Edmund Tudor at the minor age of 12 and gave birth to their son Henry at the age of 13. Edmund Tudor was 25 years old at the time of their marriage and died just months after. With Saturn position in the fifth house of pleasure, creativity, fun, and children, suggests that Margaret's approach to pleasure, fun, and romance was to be grounded in mutual respect and structure, shared interest. This influence and dynamic is evident in all her last subsequent marriages. The second marriage produced Henry, who would become King of England after winning the War of Roses for the Lancaster house, the Red Rose, over Richard III of the House of York, the White Rose. The third marriage to Henry Stafford provided the necessary protection to Margaret following Edmund Tudor's death. The fourth marriage to Lord Thomas Stanley was crucial in securing the kingdom for her son at the Battle of Bosworth in 1485. There can be no more structured approach to pleasure, fun, and creativity than her approach or her Saturn guided method of reclaiming her inheritance and attaining the ultimate power of the English throne by securing the best allies in the form of husbands. Saturn also governs children, and Margaret's relationship with her son was marked by challenges, obstacles, restrictions, delays, threats, all hallmarks of Saturn's influence. Since Henry was kept away from Margaret for long periods of time, unintentionally, these difficulties serve as valuable lessons in responsibility and discipline for Henry. Saturn was the main driving force in Margaret's life and a very peculiar protector because she skillfully balanced Saturn's key traits of structure versus fun and responsibility versus pleasure. By embracing the challenges as lessons rather than setbacks, she was able to transform her physical distance from her son into a deep and enduring, invisible connection against all odds, grave dangers, and ruthless enemies. Saturn's influence helped Margaret become a remarkably resilient and strategic figure. Without Saturn's tough mentorship, she might have perished shortly after Edmund Tudor's death when she was 13, before securing protection with her third husband. If she had died at 13, the House of Tudor might never have existed, and our world as we know it could be entirely different. Margaret Beaufort is a testament to the fact that even the seemingly weakest link in the chain can become the most resilient through her extraordinary perseverance and strategic brilliance. With Saturn as her mentor, she single handedly shaped the course of history, creating the timeline we now recognize as our reality. Thank you.